All right there, sports fans, welcome back to the original. Today I'm going to clean the chainsaw, the Stihl MS271. Did a bunch of chainsawing out at the land the last couple of days. We're in Texas and it's 108 degrees out there. I lost a little weight, needless to say. All right, so first things first. Take this little cover off. I like to clean my saws every time I come back home from doing a bunch of stuff. Yeah, makes them work better, makes them last longer, I guess. So it was clean before I went out there. I'm going to scrape off some of the crap. You might sharpen that blade too, just a little bit. And sometimes you can stick it in a jar of rubbing alcohol, and that gets any kind of sap that's on there, kind of soaks it off, gets it loose. So rubbing alcohol. Supposed to turn your blade over every time you clean it. I tend to not do that. Got these little set of these things at Habitat for Humanity in their little dollar bin thing that they have out front or near the front. And these things are great for cleaning saws, these little toothpick deals. So I run it down the bar and you'll see all the crap that comes out of there. Look at that. lot of stuff just from 2 days of sawing. Imagine if you never cleaned it, you would, over a short period of time, would get pretty gunked up. This little hole here is, I believe, where the oil comes out. The oil thing. It has something to do with it. So I try to keep that little hole clear too. It doesn't go all the way through. All right then. Scrape loose a bunch of this stuff. DeWalt shop vac. Don't leave home without it. Paper towel action. Now, if your bar's really dirty, you can use carburetor cleaner. Put it on there, and it loosens up all that sap if you have a bunch of tree sap stuck on it. And then I got this little handheld blower. Put a battery on it. It's a pretty handy little deal. We blow up camp mattresses and stuff like that with it. It didn't cost very much. It's a Ryobi. Uses an 18-volt battery like all the other Ryobi stuff. And you just stick the battery on there. You can blow all these little junk out of there when it's really dirty. But it's not that dirty right now, but you can use that. So I like to spray some silicone lubricant on everything before I put it back together, especially the bar. Just kind of makes it slick and slides through your tree limbs better. It your components. It helps keep dirt and tree bark from sticking to it very bad. So that when you come back to clean it again, all that junk wipes off pretty easy. But I like for it to be slick in there. All the parts are slick. Goes along with the oil real well, I think. Of course, I'm no expert. So we got it out of the rubbing alcohol. Dry it off real good. Just have those a little bit loose until you're sure where you want your chain tension. That's what I do. I want to be able to, it might be a little tight. Be able to snap the chain back. I'd say that's pretty good. So we'll just tighten it right there. Three-in-one I like to run a little bit of this along the chain and that little circle sprocket at the tip. Of course, if you got a carving bar, it doesn't have that little circle sprocket. And then there's one more thing you can always do, or it's like I really need a new air filter. I think it's getting a little dirty, but you loosen these 3 screws right here, and this top cowling pops up, takes right off, and you're pretty clean in there. You twist off the air filter. It's not that bad. It's a little bit dingy. It's pretty clean in there. So you just twist it back on. You can put a new one on. There's spark plugs right there if you need a new spark plug. It looks pretty good, so anyway, I checked it. How about that? Now, if your chain jumps off, this little deal right here, it's supposed to catch the chain and keep it from flying back at the operator. That's a little star wrench to switch that thing out. But I keep a couple of these in my little chainsaw toolkit because you never know when you're going to pop a chain off, and that thing's just aluminum. It tears it to shreds, and then you got to put another one on there. Or you're really supposed to. I went to the chainsaw shop one day and I asked them about that, and they said, well, most of the guys come in here with a chainsaw to be worked on or fixed, or almost all of them don't have that on there. It's been torn off and they don't ever replace it. All right, and the last item is oil and gas. Like my oil is full because I think I filled it up at camp, and I think I only cut one or two trees, just a little bit of gas. I just cut a few things and chopped up one tree, and didn't use that much. I like to have it good to go though for when I go out again. So we just flip it over. Now we're going to go the other way. There's our black marks a lot. Now this has a file here. It files down the flat part to the proper angle. Cleaned up.